Yo, what is up, everybody? Happy Thursday to all of the real ones. Welcome into the show. I've been looking forward to this day for a while. We're officially a week away from the 2026 NFL Draft. And so, as a great exercise to prepare you for the upcoming draft, to prepare us for the upcoming draft, which is in a week, round 1 on Thursday, rounds 2 and 3 on Friday, rounds 4 through 7 on Saturday, we are doing a company-wide mock draft. And it's all presented to you by our friends at Prize Picks. Shout out to Prize Picks and HMA for making today's show possible. And what we're going to do, we have all 32 teams across the NFL covered by hosts and content creators. And so, the hosts and content creators for all 32 teams across the National Football League will be making their picks today, but also making moves, because we have trades in store as well. So continue to hang out here with us. We're going rounds 1 through 3. We'll be live for the next couple of hours, and it's going to be a blast right here at Chat Sports HQ. My name is Chase Sr. I appreciate all of you for rocking and rolling with us, no matter where you are, how you're tuned in. Thank you so much for making today's show a part of your day and making the whole show operate, making the ship go, is producer Chip, as we're emanating live from Studio I. Let's begin by setting the foundation and looking at the upcoming picks and, of course, the 2026 NFL Draft order. Las Vegas Raiders getting things kicked off with the first overall pick. New York Jets at number 2. Arizona Cardinals at number 3. Tennessee Titans at number 4. Followed by the New York Giants at 5, Browns in that 6th slot, Washington Commanders picking 7th, New Orleans Saints choosing 8th. Then we flip the page. Kansas City Chiefs at number 9. Very rare that Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are inside the top 10. Maybe the only time they'll ever be inside the top 10 under Mahomes and Reid. Cincinnati Bengals at number 10. Miami Dolphins, they have 2 first-round picks. The first one is at number 11. The Dallas Cowboys have 2 picks, sitting at number 12. Los Angeles Rams at number 13 via Atlanta. That's from the James Pierce trade last year. Did not age all that great, although James Pierce did have a really good rookie year. Baltimore Ravens at number 14. Tampa Bay Buccaneers slotted at 15. New York Jets at number 16. Lions at 17. Vikings at 18. Panthers choosing at 19. Dallas Cowboys with their 2nd first-round pick from the Micah Parsons trade last year at number 20 overall. And then in the 20s, Pittsburgh Steelers at 21. Los Angeles Chargers at number 22. Philadelphia Eagles at number 23. Cleveland Browns via Jacksonville from the Travis Hunter trade at number 24. Chicago Bears 25th. Bills 26th. The San Francisco 49ers at number 27, Houston Texans at 28, and then the last 4 picks of the first round. Chiefs again at number 29. That's by way of the Trent McDuffie trade. The Dolphins at number 30, Jalen Waddle trade. New England Patriots at 31, the AFC champs, and then the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks rounding things out with the 32nd overall pick. So with that, let's pop up our poll question here. Who is your number 1 draft target? And to maybe make things easier, who do you think is the number 1 player in this draft? Share your thoughts with me down in the comment section. Chip and I will get involved as well. And of course, we're live on the 49ers Report. We're live on Eagles Now. Appreciate all of you for hanging out here with us. I see Go 49ers saying hello, faithful. Tyler Lovick saying, yo, what's good? Joji saying Kanishiwa. Ali really likes Emmanuel McNeil Warren. That's a good name right there. King 5 Solid. We need Kenyon Sadiq. Corey May, speaking of Sadiq, said Sadiq. The Fortnite Bros saying hello. Eagles for Life saying Sadiq. So a lot of Kenyon Sadiq fans in the chat. As far as my number 1 player in this draft, I've kind of gone back and forth with it. I think I'm going to go Fernando Mendoza at number 1 and then Jeremiah Love at number 2. I've kind of gone back and forth between those two, and I kind of have surprised myself with how I've changed my thoughts on the running back position. a few years ago, I had said this is a position that's expendable. You can find really good players mid to late rounds, and then they're cheap. And then you recycle the door and you can plug in another running back. But with how great Christian McCaffrey was in 2023, Saquon Barkley in 2024, Bijan Robinson of late, we have seen an increase in the value of running backs. And now that NFL teams are starting to play more too high, taking away some of these explosive pass plays, offenses have countered with running it more, which has increased the value of running backs across the NFL. So I've kind of pivoted in that sense. I love what Ali said. Caleb Downs is by far the best player in this draft. Love Caleb Downs. Now, I want to throw it to Chip as far as his favorite player in this draft. We'll see if he goes with somebody from Clemson because he's a Clemson guy or somebody else, Chip. Who do you got?
My favorite player in the draft. I won't go a Clemson guy. That kind of feels like a cop-out, although I do like Avion Terrell a lot. I think he's someone that, whether he goes, back end of the first or top of the second, somebody's going to be getting a really good player. I'm a big fan of Omar Cooper Jr.
Okay.
I think he's a really good player. People talk about Elijah Surratt, Omar Cooper, which one's a better player. I think Cooper's just a more complete receiver and, what he can do after the catch, of course. But I think he's an underrated route runner. I just think he's the profile of a guy that could possibly be a number one. So he's a guy that I like for sure in that first round. And, of course, shout out to my Clemson guys, Avion Terrell, Peter Woods, and T.J. Parker, baby.
Yeah, some good Clemson players in this draft, and we'll see how many of them go in the first round. Avion Terrell could. Peter Woods could. You could see T.J. Parker go in the first round too, or if those other two don't, T.J. Parker might be the only first rounder. I am fascinated to see how that all plays out. Now, our mock draft will get underway here in just a moment. And in case some of you are just joining us, we're live here for a 3-round mock draft. All hosts across the Chat Sports umbrella are making picks for their respective teams. And as I mentioned off the top, all of our coverage today is made possible thanks to our friends at Prize Picks. This is America's #1 fantasy sports picks app. Join the millions of users. Sign up today. And right now, when you play your first $5 lineup and you use our code HMA, that is code HMA, you get $50 in lineups back. Prize Picks is available in 50 states, including Washington, D.C. You can make player, team picks, but you can also choose spreads and totals as well. And it's also very easy to use. You pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stats, and there you go. All transactions and payouts are very safe and secure, and you can join the 20+ million users who have played with billions of dollars that have been paid out. Right now, this is a great time to hop on board because of basketball playoffs. You have baseball regular season underway, and so LaMelo Ball, more than 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists against Orlando in the play-in. And then Paolo Banchero, less than 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. That is a $20 entry to win $60. So play $5, get $50 instantly in lineups when you use our code HMA, but use our link, which is also in the chat and in the description of today's live mock draft. Pick more, pick less, pick Prize Picks. It's so good to be right. All right, we are moments away from our Chat Sports 2026 NFL mock draft getting underway. And of course, picking number 1 is the Las Vegas Raiders. And the Raiders right now, ladies and gentlemen, are officially on the clock. Best players available. This is from our guy, Tom Downey, who is our in-house draft expert. Arvell Reese, #1 player on his board, followed by Jeremiah Love, Fernando Mendoza, Sonny Styles, and then 5 through 8, Caleb Downs, Mansour Delane, David Bailey, and Spencer Fano. Of course, the Eagles picking at number 23. We're live on Eagles Now. The Niners picking at number 27. We're live on the 49ers Report. And I don't think it's going to take that long for Mitchell Renz, the host of the Raiders Report, to make his selection with the #1 overall pick. I mean, the Raiders Report has made a bunch of Mendoza shirts. They're very excited about this new era of Raiders football. And so I believe, even though we're going to see some blockbuster trades throughout the day, I would imagine that Mitchell Renz is going to go with Fernando Mendoza with the number 1 overall pick. The first selection in our 2026 Chat Sports Mock Draft is in, and the Las Vegas Raiders are selecting Fernando Mendoza. I think his skill set translates really well to the NFL level. One concern that I do have for Mendoza is this. He operated out of the shotgun primarily throughout his college career. Now, he has been working with a coach in the pre-draft process to learn the Kubiak system more, but I like the size. The arm strength is good enough. I love the toughness. He's nearly 6'5". He's 236 pounds. Mobility pretty solid. Completed 72% of his passes last year. More than 3,500 yards. 48 total touchdowns to only 6 interceptions. Good football IQ. Prototypical frame. Great leadership traits. Mechanically very sound, accurate, able to layer his throws between levels. That's one of his biggest, I think, strengths in my opinion. Won't be as much of a threat when he's forced to extend the play, but I think that his mobility is a little bit underrated. So Mendoza to the Raiders at number 1. Grade the pick. A, B, C, D, or F. Wow, how about this? This is what I love about this mock. Second overall selection is in, and the New York Jets, a stunner. Caleb Downs, the safety out of Ohio State. One of my favorite players in this draft, 21 years old, 5'11 and 3/4, 206 pounds. Matt Patricia raved about his character, and I think Downs has the opportunity to be just a next-level safety. And you can use him in a variety of ways, and that Jets defense, think about some of the defensive players who they've lost, right? Traded away Sauce Gardner, traded away Jermaine Johnson. They need to rebuild that side of the ball, plus that is the strength of Aaron Glenn. Caleb Downs to the Jets at number 2. We have a trade. The Kansas City Chiefs have moved up to pick number 3. They have some really good draft ammo. And for Kansas City, they hold on to their second first-round pick. And so the Chiefs go from 9 to 3, and then the Cardinals get 9 and number 40. So the Chiefs are selecting here at number 3. And the Chiefs are going with David Bailey, the edge rusher out of Texas Tech.
Interesting.
Personally, he is not my favorite edge in this class, but Jackson Durham, who's making the pick for Kansas City, really likes the game of Bailey. Joey O'Donohue made that trade as the Cardinals GM. Patrick Seatman selecting Caleb Downs number 2 for Bailey. Highly productive edge who beat opponents around the edge with speed, dip, and bend. Shifty pass rusher with some good moves and hand usage. Run defense shedding and instincts lag a little bit behind. So what do you think about this? David Bailey, grade the pick, A, B, C, D, or F. Can we do a scouting report for Caleb Downs real quick since we weren't able to do that shit? Because I'd love to talk about Downs for just a moment here before the Titans make their pick at number 4. Downs productive, very experienced player with an alpha type of mentality, very quick to process and disrupt plays at the line of scrimmage. Inconsistent at times in bringing players down, but that is something that can be coached up. Now, if I were Tennessee, I'd think about going Jeremiah Love here. But Brett Alper, who doesn't know ball, is going with Sonny Styles, the linebacker out of Ohio State. And here are my thoughts on Sonny Styles going this early. If you were to do a redraft of the 2018 draft, where do you think Fred Warner would go? I think Fred Warner would be a top 5 pick. So if a team thinks that Sonny Styles, with the athletic testing, with the traits, the background, can be that type of impactful player, then it makes sense. And of course, Styles had a tremendous NFL scouting combine. And so, to recap the first 4 picks of our Chat Sports mock draft, Fernando Mendoza number 1, Caleb Downs number 2, David Bailey number 3, Sonny Styles at number 4. New York Giants are at number 5. And Chip, Marshall Green has been busy working the phones.
Yeah, I don't know if he has a trade
He
in
could
right
make a
now,
trade
but he
here,
very well
or they
might.
could stay put. Look out for a Dexter Lawrence trade as well from Marshall, because he's
sure.
been shopping him.
For sure. Kind of an interesting draft so far. Definitely not chalk with how you normally see a lot of these mock drafts going. That's the fun of it. And the pick is in.
The pick is in. Marshall loves this player, and this player is Marshall's number 1 on his big board. Jeremiah Love to New York. So Jackson Dart gets one of the best players in this draft, according to some, maybe the best player in this draft. And I know that they have Cam Skattebo, but number 1, I don't think he's a number 1 every down back. Jeremiah Love is. And he's also coming off that gruesome ankle injury. Plus, the 1-2 running back combination of Love and Skattebo is something that I really like. And while Jackson Dart is on that rookie contract, get him some help, get him a run game, get him an all-around playmaker. Love is also only 21 years old right now, a true 3-down back with big-time speed and receiving ability, has the wiggle to make guys miss, but can also run through contact for extra yardage. He's too urgent at times and can miss open lanes, but the talent here, ladies and gentlemen, is tremendous. The Browns are on the clock at number 6, and we have another trade. Remember that report that we've been talking about from Jordan Schultz? There could be a historic amount of trades. We've already seen, 3 trades so far?
Yeah.
Cowboys receive number 6 and a second-round pick, number 39 overall. The Browns move back from 6 to 12, and they also get number 20 overall.
Wow.
And so let's see who the Cowboys go with here. They have
Smart
to go
pick.
defense, right? Because the defense is the unit that was historically bad last year. The offense was actually really, really good, and that's exactly what Tom Downey does, host of our Cowboys Report. Arvell Reese, edge rusher out of Ohio State. Some people have him going number 2. And so for the Cowboys to get him at number 6, I'd say that's pretty good value. The concern that I have with Reese, a little bit of a tweener. I'm not sure if he's an edge rusher, if he's an off-ball linebacker. I think he's a little bit too small to be an edge rusher. So we'll see what the Cowboys' plans are for him, but he's an excellent player. 69 tackles last year, 10 TFLs, 6.5 sacks, 23 pressures, 2 pass breakups. He did a little bit of everything. We have another trade. The Dolphins move up from 11 to 7, and the Commanders get number 11 and a 2026 third-round pick at number 87.
A lot of movement.
Lot of movement.
Lot of movement.
Lot of movement.
And I see some people a little bit confused. Chase is not making all these picks.
Yeah, I'm not making all these picks.
These are not Chase's picks.
This is our Chat Sports live mock draft and our Chat Sports NFL draft special.
But we got some movement. We got some surprising picks.
We've
got
had
it all.
4 trades already in the first 7 picks.
It's crazy.
So we can recap some of the picks so far. Fernando Mendoza went number 1, Caleb Downs number 2, David Bailey number 3, Sonny Styles number 4. And of course, the Chiefs moved up to number 3. Jeremiah Love at number 5, Arvell Reese at number 6. And then the Miami Dolphins are on the clock right now.
We'll see what
Pick
direction
is
they
in
go.
for Miami. Let's see who it's going to be. If you want to send in a super chat too, by the way, you can send in some super chats. We'll get those popped up as well. I really like this selection for Miami. Ruben Bain does not last long. He's going to the Dolphins. Their new head coach is Jeff Hafley. He used to be the defensive coordinator the last 2 years for the Green Bay Packers. And I like Bain. I know that he has short arms. I know he was the driver in a fatal crash in 2024, but the victim's family dropped the charges. Nobody at fault, according to that victim's family. It was a freak accident is how they deemed it. Ruben Bain's a really good player. Violent, twitch, bend, production, 15.5 TFLs, 9.5 sacks, 83 pressures last year. He has a very powerful lower body, converts speed to power, plays with fantastic effort, very good run defender as well, and can hold the point of attack well. I just wonder if he's going to get overwhelmed because of the short arms and the lack of size. There are tweener concerns led by the short arm length, but Khalil Mack didn't have the longest arms. And I think Ruben Bain, given his strengths and the skill set, is going to be okay. So let's hear from the chat. Who's made the best pick so far? Who has made the best pick so far? Let us know. Saints are on the clock next, and that pick is in.
It might be the Cow. I like Arvell Reese a lot. Getting him at 6.
That's good value.
Good value.
Raymond said the Raiders made the best pick so far.
Well, no question where they're going.
EJ7 said Chiefs. Okay, I actually like this pick for Trace Gerard, our Saints host. Carnell Tate, wide receiver out of Ohio State to New Orleans. And I actually had Tate to the Saints in my own mock draft on the chase down. And here was kind of my reasoning. Tate and Chris Olave for Tyler Shuck, who really came on at the end of last year. I actually thought the Saints were playing the best of any team inside the NFC South, and I think they're a sleeper team to win the division in 2026. I don't really worry too much about Tate running in the 4.5s at the combine because speed and him being a burner has never really been too much of his game. But the size is good, 6'2 1/4, 192 pounds, 51 grabs, 875 yards, 17.2 yards per catch. You don't need to be a speed threat to make plays downfield. He has great hands, great body control, along with improved route running, constantly made big plays in contested catch situations. That can make up for the lack of speed. Look at what Mike Evans has done for his entire career. He could add a little bit more mass and strength, and maybe he can get that speed worked on a little bit. But I like Tate to New Orleans there. Arizona Cardinals, after trading back on the clock here at number 9, it's got to be Francis Maui-Noah. That's my thought. Francis Maui-Noah, you trade out of 3 back to 9. You get another pick additionally. And if I'm Arizona, this is a really good move. And that's exactly what the Cardinals are doing. Joey O'Donohue, very smart thinking from young J.O.D. And Maui-Noah, he's not my favorite tackle in this class. Maxi Honachor is. But he's a damn good player. American Samoa, 21 years old, did get flagged with some potential back issues for a big guy at 327 pounds. A little bit of a concern. But he's got swarming size. 6'5 1/2, 3-year starter. Dense, lean build, very broad frame. Can trap rushers, but also has the footwork to beat quicker rushers to the edge. Gets caught leaning at times. Not bending too often. But I think the Cardinals have found their tackle for the next 8 to 10 years potentially. Okay, we have a break after pick number 10, but the Cincinnati Bengals are addressing one of many needs on defense, and one of those needs is Mansour Delane at cornerback. And he's the best corner in this class. 5'11", 3/4, 182 pounds. He's a little bit slight, but he can run really well. 45 tackles, 13 PBUs last year for an awful LSU defense. So that's impressive. Overall PFF grade of 90.5. He is a smooth athlete who can stick to players like glue and coverage. Can play man, can play zone. Dealt with a core muscle injury in 2025. Still had teams not throwing his way. Athletic profile, closer to average than elite, but him clocking a low 4.3 40-yard dash at his pro day may have answered some of those questions.
Alrighty.
Whose pick do you like so far? Whose pick do you like so far? Let us know in the chat. Also, continue to hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. Get down in the comments section. Share this video. What we're doing is incredibly unique and fun, and I'm glad that all of you are spending your day with us. Eagles for Life said, still Raiders for the moment. Trey Lasada, Bengals definitely need more defensive help.
I got to agree, Chase. I like what the Cardinals did trading down and
Yeah.
still able to get the guy that they might have taken anyway at that spot.
Yep, I agree.
All right, we got a fantastic deal
Let's do
to
it.
announce to the people. All merch, 20% off only during this mock draft. So once a mock draft's over, that deal no longer applies. But as long as the mock draft is still going, 20% off on all merch. I'll get those links for both Eagles and Niners in the chat right now. But it's chatsports.com/Eagles shop and then chatsports.com/49ers shop.
So you heard it from Chip. During this mock draft only, 20% off all merch on our stores. So chatsports.com/Eagles shop, chatsports.com/49ers shop. Those links are available in the chat. You can get an Eagles Now shirt, a Howie Season shirt available in black and Kelly green. If you're a Niner fan, get your Dub City shirts. We've sold hundreds of these. We've sold hundreds of the Howie Season shirts. And right now, 20% off as we're live during this mock draft. Get your merch right now. And I want to see who the real ones are.
Let's go.
Because we're live across every channel here at Chat Sports. And we're competing with other channels to see which channel can sell the most merch. So recapping picks right now. Mendoza to the Raiders, Downs to the Jets, Bailey to the Chiefs, Styles to the Titans, Love to the Giants, Reese to the Cowboys, Bain to the Dolphins, Tate to the Saints, Maui Noah to the Cardinals as they move back, and then Delane to the Bengals. That means that the Washington Commanders are on the clock with the 11th overall pick.
Where will they go? As we are out of break. Back into it here. Washington traded back
Yep.
with Miami. Picked up an extra pick. And again, I like this pick here. Jack Sperry going with the Commanders.
See, I'm always a fan. If you love a player and you've got the opportunity to trade back, but then get additional draft assets, I mean, that's a win-win. You get a player who you love, a player who you covet, right? But then you get more picks to use a little bit later. Washington has a huge need at wide receiver. They were very busy in trying to get Romeo Doubs and Alec Pierce. They couldn't land them. So the Commanders go Mekhi Lemon here, who can be a steady target for Jane Daniels out of the slot. 79 catches, 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns last year, just over 5'11", a $194. He is solely a slot wide receiver, but JSN was to start his career until he was used more on the outside last year. That's fine. 2025 Biletnikoff winner for the best wide receiver in college football. Strong route runner. Wins way more at the catch point than he should at his size. I love his toughness. Not the biggest, longest, or fastest at his position, which may limit him to the slot. Browns are making a selection. I had a feeling they were going to do this in trading back while still addressing the offensive line. Spencer Fano. So they didn't really like Maui Noah that early. Fano might be better than Maui Noah. And he's pretty young, too. Maui Noah is as well. But I'm just saying, Fano, 21 years old, 6'5.5", 311 pounds. A little bit lighter on his feet, I would say, than Maui Noah, because he's also like 15 pounds lighter. 84.9 Pro Football Focus overall grade last year. No sacks given up, 5 pressures. Quality athlete who moves well and will get himself into a good spot. Improvements each year in pass protection. Could add some more mass given his frame. Might have issues with big bull rushers. How about this pick for the Rams? I'm not shocked that Kenyon Sadiq is going this early, but I really like it for Los Angeles. Jackson Durham making the pick here for Chat Sports' Rams channel. And Kenyon Sadiq gives Matthew Stafford another weapon. 6'3 1/8, 241 pounds. Fastest 40-yard dash for a tight end in combine history. Awesome athletic ability at his position with plenty of juice as a pass catcher. 3-level ability in the passing game. Can win short, middle, deep. Has room to improve as a blocker at the NFL level, but does have a mean streak when he does block. And how about these testing numbers, man? 4.39 40. 43.5-inch vert. More than 11 feet on the broad jump. 26 reps at 225 on the bench. Absolute freak of nature is Kenyon Sadiq. So Matthew Stafford gets another weapon at 38 years old, kind of year to year at this point, right? So go all in. You address the weak point of your team this year, and that's the secondary. So I like this selection.
Number 14 is Baltimore.
Baltimore is on the clock, as you can see right below me.
And the pick is in.
Wow. This is a risk for Joey Peterson given the injury history.
Yep.
Jordan Tyson to Baltimore, ACL, MCL, PCL back in 2022. Collarbone, ankle, hamstring. But the talent is immense. Good size, 6'2 1/8, 203 pounds, good route runner. In a limited time this year, still had 61 grabs for 711 yards and 8 tutties. I love the route running personally. It's going to help his quarterback find success in contested catches. Honestly, if you watch him, there's a little bit of Justin Jefferson to his game. Not a burner, but fast and quick enough. And as noted, comes with obvious medical red flags. Never played a full season in college. That's why, for me personally, he's a stay away. But not for Joey Peterson, host of the Ravens Rundown.
Taking a risk.
Jordan Tyson to Baltimore at number 14 to get Lamar Jackson a potential number 1. Buccaneers on the clock at number 15. Who is your sleeper pick in the draft so far? CT9, or what did I miss so far, Chase? We'll get you caught up here in just a little bit. We have hosts and content creators for every team across the NFL making selections for all of their teams. Also trades included. We've already seen a handful of trades go down.
And we got our next pick in for Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Reed Barkus, friend of the show.
Reed's my guy. We might have our first reach of the draft.
I
don't know.
Harrison asked me who was going to make the worst pick in this draft. And I was trying to think of who would reach more. And so I'm thinking about everybody. And I was like, Trace might reach. I like Carnell Tate.
Yep.
I'm a big Keldrick Folk fan, but I probably would trade back to take him.
Yeah.
Folk at number 15, I think, is a little bit early, but I am a huge fan of his game. Keep in mind, he's only 21 years old. He's nearly 6'6", 274 pounds. So he has NFL size and length. Also has a high motor. Good reviews on his leadership and character. People love him. Profiles as a base defensive end who can play 5-tech and shift to defensive tackle at times. He is coming off a dip in production last year, but the pressure numbers have been good the last couple of years. The New York Jets, they went Downs at number 2, Akeem Mesidor at number 16. If he was younger, he could be the first edge rusher off the board, but because he's 25 and a 6-year senior, he gets done his rookie contract. If you exercise the 5th-year option, he's going to be 30 years old. And that's part of the reason why he was so dominant at Miami. He might be maxed out, but this is a hell of a player. 17.5 TFLs, 12.5 sacks, 67 pressures last year. I think he's the most polished edge in this class. Dominated down the stretch in 2025. I thought he was better than Ruben Bain. Solid athlete, plenty of pass rush moves, and uses his hands really well. 25-year-old rookie with medical red flags because he's missed some time. Detroit Lions. Oh, Caden Proctor, the offensive tackle out of Alabama, going number 17 here. I like Proctor. 6'6" and 5'8", 352 pounds. 85.2 overall PFF grade, 2 sacks, 19 pressures given up last year. He is a Hulk of a human being. Massive player, flashes bully ball ability, moves well for his size, can play guard or tackle. Weight has been a problem in the past, but if he can keep that weight down, he's a mauler.
Oh!
Blockbuster trade alert! Blockbuster trade alert! The Minnesota Vikings have acquired Dexter Lawrence from the New York Giants in exchange for the next pick, which is 18, and the 97th overall selection in the 3rd round. So Dexter Lawrence wants out. Giants don't want to pay him. And the Giants get, I think, a nice little haul here. 18th pick, and then a 3rd rounder at 97. The Vikings have not drafted a lot of players in recent memory. And so they get the best nose tackle in football in Dexter Lawrence. Would I make this trade? No. Because I think Dexter Lawrence is starting to show signs of decline. And the Vikings here have to give up picks and pay Dexter Lawrence, and they were just in cap hell. Oh, I love this for the Giants.
No!
Man. I love this for the Giants. Vega Ioane. So the Giants and Marshall Green, Jeremiah Love at number 5. Then you get the best offensive lineman in this draft in Vega Ioane. I think he's going to be a perennial Pro Bowler for the next 8 to 10 years. 6'4" and 1/4, tree trunks for legs, great base, 320 pounds, plays with power as a run blocker, hardly got beat in pass protection last year, moves very well for his huge, enormous size, good pop in his hands, grip strength to latch on. He can move bodies, a little bit stiff in pass pro, but that's why he plays guard. Carolina Panthers at number 19, Dylan Thieneman, the safety out of Oregon, had a great NFL combine. Freak athlete. I think not just saying this because he's white, but you can use him all around the field like Cooper DeJean, and he can be impactful in that way. Very good athlete, willing and run support, could play over the top, has the ball skills and improved his tackling every year. Too willing at times to keep his eyes on the quarterback. Sometimes you want to keep him at deep safety, in my opinion. He can play in the slot, but he can do it all. 4.35 40-yard dash. 1.52 10-yard split. 41-inch vert. 10-foot 5-inch broad. 18 reps at 225 on the bench press. Cleveland Browns on the clock here at number 20, followed by Pittsburgh, the Chargers, the Eagles, and the Browns again. Cleveland, Omar Cooper Jr.
I like it.
Wide receiver out of Indiana, one of Chip's favorite players. He's going to remind a lot of people of Deebo Samuel because of the height, the weight, the thickness to his frame, the ability to pick up yards after the catch. But I've been talking about this. I think Cooper is a better route runner than Deebo. I think he's a more natural hands catcher than Deebo and a better wide receiver. So the Browns get a smooth quarterback-friendly receiver who I think is going to line up primarily in the slot. He can create after the catch, good hands, has no fear over the middle. Will need to continue to grow his route tree after he played in an RPO-heavy offense. First super chat is in from the legend, the man, the myth, the real one, Andrew Nathan, $10 super chat. I want Howie to trade up from 23 and grab an impact player, whether it's a tackle, move to guard, or a safety to start next to Makuba, even trading next year's day 2 picks from possible Phillips comp and AJ trade. All right, I hear you. Now, I'm staying at 23 for the Eagles here. But I have made a couple of trades that you will see in this mock, Andrew. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
I'm Howie. I really want Maxi Honachor. I am worried he could go to Pittsburgh here at number 21.
Certainly a
That's
possibility.
my concern. We have a little bit of a break in action to let you all catch your breath and for us to catch our breath as well. I'm hoping Pittsburgh doesn't go Honachor. And then who's after Pittsburgh?
We got, here, I'll pop the L3 because it shows
With
future.
all these trades, I forget. Chargers. Ooh, they could go Honachor too.
Ortner, don't do it to us.
Now, Chip, I took a little bit of a walk outside earlier to get some sunlight. I was doing a little meditation. I come in, and Sam Brown's like, Chase, I heard that you didn't consult with Chip on any of these trades. Now, I did not talk about these trades with Chip, and maybe that's a bad job by me. He's the assistant GM. I am the GM, but I was messaged by hosts, only me. They didn't include Chip
That's on them.
in the Slack threads. Chip was busy doing Sixers stuff. So I apologize.
Oh, no
But
worries.
Chip is aware of some of the moves that we have made. And obviously we'll talk about these picks as well.
I like it. It's a surprise for me as it is for you guys. You know?
Yes.
I like it.
All right. Let's hope Steelers don't go Honachor. Do we have team needs for Pittsburgh?
Let's see. I don't think we have those fully fleshed
No.
out.
Offensive line is definitely one of them. I would say wide receiver is a huge one. Could they go Casey Concepcion? I think Sperry's a big Concepcion guy. Pick number 21 is in.
Yeah, they're not fully fleshed out.
Draft needs wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. So Steelers could go wide out here. And then what will Will Ortner do with the Chargers?
And they do go wide
Yes!
receiver.
The dream is still alive. Casey Concepcion, wide receiver out of Texas A&M to Pittsburgh. He wrote a letter to NFL teams. I'm the best wide receiver in this class. And then he ended it with, did I stutter? And he's been known to have a stuttering issue. But he's not letting that stop him. 5'11", 5'8", so a little bit on the shorter side. 196 pounds. Does have some drop issues, but really boosted his stock from being a pure gadget guy to more of a yak generator this year. He can create separation. He can make guys miss. He's a home run threat. Massive big playability. Very explosive. He can develop more nuance and timing in his route running, but he found success with his route tree. All right, here's what I'm worried about. There's no way that Will, with Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt, is going to go Max Honachor, right?
The pick is in. Oh!
Yes! TJ Parker to the Chargers at number 22. All right. Am I messaging Sam this?
Yes. And so here are the best available if you need another look at it.
Okay.
But I think you know who you're taking. Jermon McCoy. Monroe Freeling still on the board as well.
We just got the best offensive tackle in this draft for Philadelphia. Pick is coming up.
TJ Parker going 22nd.
TJ Parker is early for our guy, Will Ortner.
Eagles fans, who are you taking here if you're on the board? Again, these are our best available. The pick is in. We'll reveal it as soon as it comes through the system.
Yes, Eagles fans, let me know who you would take right here. I'm looking at the comment section. Who would you take? Andrew Nathan said Marshall Green is cooking. He's cooking.
Yeah. Jermon McCoy's an interesting
FBL
option.
said take McCoy. The Eagles don't need a corner. Monroe Freeling from EJ. Christian Bridge said Freeling as well. FBL said perfect succession plan at corner 2. You sign Rick Woolen. With the 23rd overall pick, Chase Sr., the general manager for the Philadelphia Eagles, takes Max Ihonachor, offensive tackle out of Arizona State, and we get our future Lane Johnson replacement. He's got the opportunity in a couple of years to be one of the best players in this draft and one of the best offensive tackles in the NFL. 6'5", nearly 6'6", 321 pounds, more than 30 starts in his collegiate career. He was born in Nigeria, didn't start playing football until 2021, but he's got basketball feet. He's a great scheme fit for this new scheme. Upside play with impressive size and mobility. He's still raw. It shows at times. Lacks ideal feet for the rush. Footwork needs developing, but Ihonachor to Philadelphia, and I am elated by it. I'm going to change the poll question here. 58% of the people on 187 votes said Eagles should go O-line. So I'm going to change the poll.
Go ahead and grade the pick for us right now in the chat as well. A, B, C, D, or F?
A, B, C, D, or F. Grade my pick of Max Ihonachor to the Eagles here on the clock. The Browns at number 24 via Jacksonville. This was the Travis Hunter trade from last year. For the Niners, I like Monroe Freeling, but I'm concerned that Harrison Graham is going to go Monroe Freeling here for Chicago.
Don't even got to worry about that.
Oh, sorry. That's Joey O'Donoghue.
Yep.
Oh, Bears are at 25.
Bears at 25, yeah.
Okay, so Monroe Freeling, number 24 to the Browns. Jermod McCoy, cornerback out of Tennessee, coming off that ACL injury, to the Bears at number 25. Niners coming up at number 27. Can we show best players available here?
Absolutely.
Who should the Niners take at number 27? I've got my eyes on the chat. I like Emmanuel McNeil-Warren to the Niners. Chris Johnson, Caleb Lomu, Denzel Boston, Avion Terrell, Blake Miller, Colton Hood, Caden McDonald, Chase Basantis. Basantis is hard to pass up on, man. Peter Woods, Malachi Lawrence, another player who I really like. Zion Young. D'Angelo Pons, Niners don't need a slot corner. They have Upton Stout, Cassius Howe, Jacob Rodriguez, Jeremy Bernard.
Do you want to look at any specific position here? Or do you think that those names are good?
So for the viewers, pop up the offensive tackles. Caleb Lomu, Blake Miller, Caleb Tiernan, Travis Burke. No. Markel Bell, third, fourth rounder. Austin Barber, around that range. No way!
Wow.
The Buffalo Bills, Jacob Rodriguez at number 26. What a shocker.
Wow.
One of the more decorated defensive players in college football the last couple of years. Who should we go with?
Niners on the clock.
Emmanuel McNeil-Warren or Chase Basantis is what I'm down to.
Chat.
What do we think?
Oh, man. It's hard to not go O-line. Two massive needs. Oh, man. Between those two, I would go EMW.
I'm doing it.
I just feel like safety's kind of
It's a huge need. It's a huge need. And for the Niners, bad safety play has really hurt them. And I think you get a player who is a top 20 player in this draft.
I'm shocked at that Jacob Rodriguez pick there for Buffalo.
That is early for Smitty.
Smitty.
But again, take positional value out. Do you think that Jacob Rodriguez can be a great player for the next 6 to 10 years? I think that he can be. All right, so with the 27th overall pick, Chase Senior, general manager of the Niners, selects Toledo safety Emmanuel McNeil Warren. 6'3.5", 201 pounds, long arms, was barely targeted in coverage because he's a great coverage safety, great frame at his position, not afraid to lay the number, was not beat often in coverage. Not a consistent tackler, but he does play downhill and he will take your head off. Needs to learn to wrap up a little bit better. Quality coaching will help to do that. 77 tackles with Toledo, 5.5 TFL, 7 PBUs, 2 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles. 5 generated forced fumbles and picks last season. And for the Niners, we just got to go offensive line.
Yeah.
In round 2.
Have to.
We just have to go offensive line in round 2. Grade the pick that I made for the Niners. And I like what Marvell God said. Amazing pick. He could be the Nick Emmanwori of this draft. Similar skill sets. I would say Emmanwori tested better. Another trade. Patriots received 28, so they move up from 31. Texans get 31 and 125 overall.
Pick up a 4th, move down 3 spots. It's good value.
Andrew Nathan said, dagger in my heart if the Niners go EMW.
Oh.
Look, the Eagles have a huge need along the offensive line. And Lane Johnson, you have to get his replacement, I think, now. Because he's year to year at this point. So Maxie Honachor is a player who can take over for Lane Johnson at an extremely high level.
Patriots pick is in. There's been a run on offensive lineman. It continues here at the end of the first round.
Caleb Lomu. Alper doesn't know ball. Although they do need to address offensive line. Look, I like Lomu as a player, but he's very green, and he needs to develop. He needs to get stronger. His overall PFF grade last year, 68.3. Now, he did not give up a sack. He does move very well. Has starting left tackle upside with this pass protection ability. The foot quickness is good. The hand usage is good. But the strength is lacking too often. What happened with Will Campbell last year? Wasn't strong enough. Could have had something to do with the knee injury. But Lomu might take some time to adapt. Kansas City Chiefs, round 1, 29 overall, Colton Hood, cornerback out of Tennessee. He's coming off a big breakout season with Tennessee after transferring from Colorado. Very physical player in man and press coverage, good against the run. Has a feel for off coverage, or his feel for off coverage, is lacking at this point. Can you imagine if Tennessee had a healthy Jermod McCoy and Colton Hood last year? In the SEC, they would have locked down some of the top wide receiver duos.
Almost done the first round here.
Who has made the best pick so far? I mean, I know a lot of you have to put Chase in the chat, right? Dolphins on the clock at number 30 via Denver, and then Houston, Seattle after that. The pick for Miami is in.
A lot of movement today. And this is an interesting pick here from Miami.
Nick Roloff. Who does he go with? See, Tom Downey loves Chris Johnson. And there are some people who really like Chris Johnson. This is classic Roley out of the box thinking.
Yep.
And Roley will think out of the box often, which I give him credit for. Because he's willing to think creatively and not go with the status quo. So this is one of the draft sleepers who not a lot of people are talking about, but some NFL people love him. I mean, he's got the size, shows very sticky coverage ability, and he can let his instincts thrive in zone coverage. Fluid athlete, strong tackler. And you think about what Miami has done here with General Nick Roloff, Ruben Bain, and Chris Johnson. Willing to fight against bigger wideouts, but won't always win those matchups. But again, the length the arm length, the size at more than 6 feet, I think it's fine enough. Jeremy Chuggs, he just can't help himself. He's loading up on the defense. He's loading up along the defensive line. He tried to make a trade for Dexter Lawrence, according to Chat Sports sources. Couldn't land Dexter Lawrence. So Jeremy Chuggs, host of Texans Today, goes with Cade McDonald. 21 years old, 6'2 and a quarter, another Ohio State Buckeye off the board here in round one, 326 pounds. He's a plug-and-play nose tackle. He can clog run gaps, powerful to control opposing linemen, has enough burst to get some push, won't offer much as a pass catcher, needs to grow with hand usage and shedding blocks. Another trade, the Steelers trade back into round one.
Oh, I wonder why.
Is this going to be Drew Aller?
Could it be?
Is Sperry going to go Drew Aller?
It'd be Simon.
No way! This is one of his Sperry psychos? Emmanuel Pregnon.
Wow.
Wow.
So you gave up a second at 53, a third at 76, and a fourth at 121 to move up and draft
Emmanuel Pregnon, 6'4", 3 ace, 314 pounds, 88.2 overall PFF grade last year. No sacks, 3 pressures given up. Classic guard build. I mean, you talk about a classic guard build. Wins with really good power in his upper and lower body. Well-developed prospect. Should be able to start right away. The hand usage, I would say, is good, but it's not great right now.
That's the first round. A lot of movement, a lot of action, a lot of trades. Here's a little recap of how the first round went. No surprise, Mendoza going 1. Things kind of got crazy right away. Caleb Downs going number 2 to the Jets. That was a shocker to me.
Yeah.
Although there was some Chat Sports rumors that was going to happen before the draft did start. But, man, the Chiefs trade up for David Bailey, Sonny Styles, with Robert Saleh there in Tennessee. Does he develop him into Fred Warner? Giants getting Jeremiah Love. Arvell Reese falls to 6 with the Cowboys trade up. Bain to the Dolphins. Cardinal Tate. The Saints. We got Maui Noah to the Cardinals at 9. Mansour Lane. Bengals at 10. Mekhi Lemon. Commanders at 11. Spencer Fano. Browns at 12. Sadiq going to the Rams at 13. Jordan Tyson. Ravens at 14. Maybe the biggest reach of the draft. I'm sorry, that's my guy Reed. But Keldrick Falk to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 15. Jets go Akeem Mesidor at 16. Caden Proctor, Lions at 17. Shout out Micro Mike. Giants get Vega Ioane at 18. That's a haul for them. Jeremiah Love, Vega Ioane. Dylan Thieneman, Panthers at 19. Omar Cooper, Browns at 20. KC Concepcion to the Steelers at 21. My guy TJ Parker, baby. We had a Clemson player in the first round.
Absolutely.
The Chargers at 22. I got to give a big props to Will after we sign off here. Eagles. I'm going to butcher his name again.
Max Ihanachor.
Ihanachor.
Yep.
Ihanachor. The Eagles at 23. Monroe Freeling to the Browns at 24. Final 8 picks. Jamal McCoy, Bears at 25. Fell a little bit, but obviously the injuries. Another shocker. Jacob Rodriguez, Bills at 26. Emmanuel McNeil Warren to the Niners at 27, baby. I like that one. Caleb Lomu, Patriots at 28. Colton Hood, Chiefs at 29. Chris Johnson, Dolphins at 30. Caden McDonald, Texans at 31. And then Emmanuel Pregnon, Sperry and the Steelers trade up. Give up 3 picks to move up to take Emmanuel Pregnon.
That is incredible, man. I love it, man. We have a lot of people here at the company who really, really know ball. And we have a lot of aspiring GMs, if you will, if we don't want to be hosts any longer, who I think made some awesome trades. Couple people who really stand out to me. Kind of surprised at the savviness of Joey O'Donohue.
Yeah.
As Andrew Nathan said a little bit earlier, I think Marshall Green for the Giants cooked.
Yep.
Going Jeremiah Love and then Vega Ioane. I thought Reed had the reach of the first round.
Yeah, Keldrick Falk.
Keldrick Falk.
Bills going Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker in there. Later in the round. Everything else, I like Joey Peterson's pick of Jordan Tyson at 14. I mean, that could be a great pick if he stays healthy.
Oh, wow. There's a blockbuster trade that we have going into round 2, and we'll show you that here in a moment.
Wow. We do. What time is it? Where are we at?
We got to do a prize picks read.
Do that and show the blockbuster trade we got coming up in a second.
We have a blockbuster trade coming up next.
Wow.
We'll get to that. But our Chat Sports mock draft, in which hosts for all 32 teams across the NFL are making picks and trades rounds 1 through 3, is made possible thanks to our friends at Prize Picks and HMA. This is America's #1 fantasy sports picks app. And right now, new users, when you play your first $5 lineup, you get $50 in lineups instantly when you use our link, which is in the chat, but more importantly, our code HMA. For team picks, you can pick winners, spreads, and totals. For player picks, you pick more or less on 2 to 6 players' stats. All transactions are safe and secure. Join the 20+ million users who have played with billions of dollars paid out. And new users play $5, get $50 instantly on lineups. Here are our picks for some basketball play-in tournament action. LaMelo Ball more, 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And then Paolo Banchero less than 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. That was a $20 entry to win some Ched. Use code HMA. Our link is in the chat. If you missed it, it's also in the description of this video. And I told you a blockbuster trade was coming up. Here is that blockbuster trade. The Houston Texans receive help for C.J. Stroud, tight end Kyle Pitts, and the Falcons receive the 59th pick and a 2026 7th rounder. I'll tell you what, Moose got absolutely fleeced. What does he do? He moves back?
Well, so he didn't have a pick.
Okay.
So he doesn't have to give up a pick, but so he basically gets a second for Pitts. 7th is whatever. And Pitts
59th for Pitts?
It's a late second.
59th for Pitts? I gotta say, that's a win for Houston.
With the year Kyle Pitts just had, now he is still on the franchise tag, right? So you gotta give him an extension.
Yeah.
But man, the way Pitts played last year, to give up on him just like that for pick 59, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like some teams out there would have offered a little bit more. I don't think you're getting a first for Pitts, but I think you could get a pick in the late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah. Okay, so we have to catch up. Who did the Jets take at 33?
Jets and Cardinals picks are in, so let's go through these two here.
So Jets at 33, Denzel Boston, wide receiver out of Washington. Love the size, love the red zone ability. Did not test 40-yard dash pre-draft, which I don't love, but thrives in the red zone, thrives with contested catches, good route runner. Honestly, kind of reminds me of Mike Evans a little bit. Really good production, doesn't drop passes. 62 catches, 881 yards, 11 touchdowns last year. So that's who the Jets go with at number 33. I like this pick for Arizona at number 34, Malachi Lawrence. He's one of my favorite edge rushers in this class. 6'4", 3 ace, 253 pounds. Quality size off the edge, flashes really good burst. Decent bag of pass rush moves. Great athletic ability, tested extremely well. I think he ran a sub 4.6 40-yard dash. Too willing to leave assignments in the run game at times to try to make the play. But as a pass rusher, the skill set and the arsenal is certainly there. the Tennessee Titans at number 35, Blake Miller. More than 50 starts at Clemson. Very durable, very steady player. I don't know if he's ever going to be a star, but I think he's got a high floor. 6'6", nearly 6'7", 317 pounds. And again, not the highest upside, but very experienced player with great football character. Has a solid combo of size and athletic ability. The balance is lacking due to his inconsistent leaning and footwork issues, but I think he's a plug-and-play guy for a Titans team that needs to address the offensive line for Cam Ward. So
Shout
to
out my
kick
guy.
off round 2, sorry about that. What'd you say?
Shout out my guy. My
Yep,
Clemson
another
guy.
Clemson guy.
And I'll
No,
say this
no
too,
Avion Terrell off the board yet.
Yeah, no Avion Terrell yet. No Peter Woods. Still waiting on those two. I know some people are souring on Terrell because of his size, slighter frame. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Obviously, I'm biased.
I think it's
but
the 40, right? The 4.6 40, and then
yeah, the 40 was concerning.
blamed
Now
it
there
on
was
the
some
hammy?
chatter that he ran it with a injured hammy. Was it injured before? Did he injure it after? Kind of some speculation. I'll tell you what, he plays faster than a 4.6. But yeah, he's fallen here in our Chat Sports mock draft as the Raiders pick is in.
What is Mitchell Wren's going to do here at number oh my, of course he did this. Every mock has Christian Miller to the Raiders. And of course Mitch goes with Christian Miller to the Raiders. Now they do need to get better on the interior of that defensive line. And on day one of free agency, Las Vegas spent nearly $300 million, and they did not address the interior of the defensive line. I would think offensive line here, but it's too early to go with any of the remaining offensive tackles, I would say. We've had a run on, I don't know, Chase Basantis could have done
He's still
really
there,
well.
yeah.
I would have liked Basantis here. But Christian Miller's a good player, quality run defender, plays with a good motor. For our Niner fans watching, he's very tight with Mykel Williams. Plenty of upper body power along with good balance and lower body anchor. Doesn't have much of a pass rush plan. His hand usage will definitely need some growth, but he can be that anchor of that defensive line for the Raiders for the foreseeable future. And here's another defensive tackle. New York Giants, big swing here. Peter Woods at number 37. So Jeremiah Love, Vega Ioane, and Peter Woods. Marshall's cooking, bro.
Yeah.
Marshall's cooking. 6'2.5", 298 pounds. Looked like a possible top 10 pick going into 2025. But wasn't the same guy last year. Good burst, quickness, flashes penetration and ability. Does a good job of shedding blocks. Keep in mind that Marshall did trade away Dexter Lawrence to Minnesota. And so he fulfills that void at defensive tackle with Peter Woods. Not the sum of his parts and traits just yet.
I'll tell you what, Peter Woods is a guy who, if he puts it together, man, he could be a really good pass rushing interior defensive lineman, but last year was just very weird, man. Just wasn't very good.
Yep. Okay, so best players available: Avion Terrell, Chase Basantis, Zion Young, D'Angelo Pons, Cassius Howe, Jeremy Bernard, Ty Simpson, R. Mason Thomas, Brandon Siss, C.J. Allen,
Still there.
Chris Bell, Jake Golday. Let's keep an eye on C.J. Allen for the Niners if he continues to drop. Gabe Yakas, I believe that's the correct pronunciation.
I think so, yeah.
Anthony Hill, Jadarian Price, Caleb Banks. Those are the best players available.
Oh, we got to pick in.
Pick us in for
a
Houston.
Couple picks in. Ooh, would have liked this for the Niners.
Keelan Rutledge. Keelan Rutledge to a Houston team that the offensive line has led to C.J. Stroud falling apart and losing his confidence. You got to give him some protection.
So they went Rutledge and they went Kaden McDonald earlier, so a lot of trench play here. And then, Chase, you had to say something, man.
Fuck!
You had to jinx it!
Love it for Downey. They couldn't land a Kobe Dean in free agency, so they get C.J. Allen, who at his pro day just tested really, really well for the Georgia Bulldogs. Almost 6'1", 230. Good leader, good football character. 88 tackles, 8 TFLs, 4 pass breakups, a fumble forced. Reads the run extremely well. Can organize, I sound like Mel Kiper. Can organize the defense and bring some juice as a blitzer. He's impressive as a blitzer, I will say. Did tear his meniscus last year, had surgery, and returned 13 days later. Better instincts and run support than coverage. I thought he looked a little bit tight in coverage at times. But as a run stopper, as that second line of defense, after Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark, I like C.J. Allen and that fit for Dallas. Cardinals next up again at number 40. Young J.O.D.'s kind of been cooking today in his mock.
Shout out. Still got a little bit to go. Eagles on the clock next at 54, and then Niners at 58. And for all the real ones out there who follow our content on all platforms, they'll know that who J.O.D. just selected for the Arizona Cardinals could be considered a chat sports legend.
Okay. Oh, yes. Joey O'Donohue, D'Angelo Pons, who put the clamps on Billy Beebe, the host of our Colts channel. That video got millions and millions of views all across social media platforms. We were at the NFL Combine, and Marshall's like, yo, run her out. And so Pons kept his book bag on, lined up across from Billy Beebe, and absolutely clamped him. And he's one of my favorite players in this draft. Now, he is a slot-only corner, but he did test very well. 5'8", and 5'8", 180 pounds. Scrappy player. Strong instincts, great character, plays way above his size. So maybe at times he can play on the outside. Twitchy and quick with quality footwork as well. The size will get him in trouble at times. Not much stopping power as a tackler, but in coverage, he's awesome. And then the Bengals here with the 41st pick are Mason Thomas. I think this is a little bit early. Eagles have shown some interest in him in the pre-draft process. 26 tackles, 9.5 TFL, 6.5 sacks, 28 pressures. He's definitely explosive off the ball with perhaps the best bend of any edge in this class. Has many of the athletic traits with agility, acceleration, and motor. Lacks ideal strength, especially against the run, but explosive off the ball, and he could certainly pressure the quarterback and collapse the pocket.
Alrighty. So
New report, too. This is actually like real life reporting. Dexter Lawrence no longer wants a new deal from the Giants. His time with the Giants is over, a source said. All right, upcoming picks here. Trace Gerard on the board again at number 42. He was one of the people who I thought could reach on a player. Carnell Tate was his pick inside the top 10. I like it. This is where the ball knowledge comes into play. And what will Trace Gerard, GM of the Saints, a la a.k.a. Mickey Loomis, do here at number 42. Miami Dolphins at number 43. Jets at 44 via Dallas. That trade that they made. That's a Quinnen Williams trade. Baltimore Ravens at 45.
How about this? This is a cool little story here. Class of 2027 tight end Tommy Douglas has committed to Florida. He's the son of Eagles exec Joe Douglas.
Yeah, crazy.
And Howie, also a Gator as well. So
yes.
A lot of connections there.
A lot of connections.
Name to watch out for in a few years. Tommy Douglas at tight end. Future Dallas Goedert replacement. From Princeton. So I consider that a local kid.
Yep. Princeton, New Jersey.
All right, pick 42 for the Saints is in. And finally, the slide stops for my guy, Avion Terrell. It's about time, man. I know people have some concerns, and the size and the 40 times certainly was concerning, but
Okay, I don't hate this for Trace.
yeah, no, I mean,
This is a guy who could have gone in the first round. And I mean, at the time of the NFL Combine, like people were kind of talking about Avion Terrell as a first round pick. They lost Alontae Taylor, and so they go Avion Terrell here. Good job by Trizzy.
there we go, Trizzy. More Clemson guys, too. They got a bunch. Took Brian Brzee a few years ago. They just signed Travis. I'm not calling him Travis Etienne. I'm sorry. He's Travis Etienne.
Yeah, he's ETN. Fluid and quick in coverage with a knack for knocking the ball out pre and post catch. He has 8 forced fumbles the last 2 years. Some might view him as a nickel, as Chip has said. He's not the biggest guy, but he's almost exclusively played on the outside. But I think his best position at the NFL level is that slot nickel spot. So size issues versus bigger wide receivers, some issues in run support, but I just think this guy's a great football player. He's got NFL genes. His brother's a really good player. The 40-yard dash is alarming. Hopefully that is because of the hamstring issue. But Chip, he was faster than that on tape,
Yeah,
right?
he doesn't play that slow. There some hamstring thing. I'm not, too sure on the exact details there, but yeah, it's he plays much faster than that. I would say he runs more like 4.45
Yeah.
type of speed. So, all right, we got a couple-minute break here. We can recap the second round.
Yeah, let's recap what we've seen so far in the second round.
And then we will continue on with the Dolphins, who will be
Chiefs GM Brett Veach is expecting a lot of first-round trades next Thursday night. That's what we've been talking about for weeks on this channel, on the Chase Down, our own mock draft with all these trades. And so here are the selections so far for our Chat Sports 2026 mock draft in the second round. Denzel Boston to the Jets at 33. Malachi Lawrence to the Cardinals at number 34. Blake Miller to the Titans at number 35. Christian Miller to the Raiders at 36. Peter Woods, Giants at 37. Keelan Rutledge to the Texans at 38. C.J. Allen to the Cowboys with the 39th pick. D'Angelo Pons, round 2, 40th overall pick. R. Mason Thomas to the Bengals at 41. So they go Delane Thomas. I like it. As far as defensive strategy, I don't like it. R. Mason Thomas, I think there are better players available. Avion Terrell to the Saints, and unfortunately, a player who I really wanted to drop to the Niners, Chase Basantis. Chase Basantis, the guard out of Texas A&M who loves ball and drinking beer, sounds like the perfect offensive lineman. He is 6'5 and a quarter, 315 pounds, multi-year starter. He's been durable, good frame, solid movement, good hand usage. He can grip onto players. Gets himself into issues at times with leverage and length problems, but Nick Roloff having a good draft here.
Yeah.
Jets go defense again. I didn't love what the Jets did with Hakeem Mesidor because he's 25 and they're nowhere close to winning. I do think Mesidor can at least help them right away. And they go back to the defensive wellhead, Brandon Siss, the cornerback out of South Carolina. 5'11", 3/4, 189 pounds, 6 PBUs last year, a pick, a forced fumble. He's only 21. He's a young player who profiles really well in man with press coverage upside, athletic traits that teams covet, and is a willing run defender. Instincts are underdeveloped at this stage, and that is what worries me about corners. Lack of instincts. It's a very instinctual position, like linebacker is, like safety is, like corner is. Like, it's not edge rusher where you pin your ears back, you get after the quarterback. It's not wide receiver where you run routes. Quarterback, you have to have instincts and you have to have feel, right? And so that is a concern for the player here.
So how about the Jets? 4 picks in the top 44. Going with 3 members of the defense here. Caleb Downs, Hakeem Mesidor, Brandon Siss, and then Denzel Boston in there. Interesting draft here.
Yep.
For the Jets.
4 picks
already.
Inside the top 44.
Insane.
Crazy. But like, I like the thought process. Downs is a stud. Mesidor a reach. I really like Boston personally. And then Brandon Sis. I like this for Joey Peterson and the Baltimore Ravens. Eli Stowers, athletic freak. Some teams kind of view him as a wide receiver because of the testing. 6'3 3/4, 239 pounds, 62 catches, 769 yards, 4 touchdowns. A converted quarterback with lots of untapped potential, quality production, and won a lot from the slot with seam shots, slants, and more. Might need some space to operate at the NFL level, but given the expansion of the hashes, I think that can happen. I do think that can happen. All right, Reed Barkus.
What's he going to do?
He's one of my top candidates for reaches, and he went Keldrick Falk in the teens. He's got the Bucks at 46. What are you going to do, Reed?
I'm going to predict his pick here. He's not going to go another edge.
No.
I don't think he goes Jimmy Bernard. Obviously not going to go Ty Simpson. A lot of edge. He could go Anthony Hill here, looking for a linebacker replacement after the retirement of Levante David. Now, they did bring in Alex Anzalone. Pick is in. I read him like a book. I did not know the pick when I said that. I read him like a book.
Anthony Hill.
I think this is a solid pick.
Keldrick Falk, Anthony Hill. 6'2", 238. The production was vast. 21 years old, young player. 69 tackles, 7 TFLs, 3 PBUs, 2 picks, 3 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery.
It does a lot.
I actually like this pick for Reed.
Yeah.
I do. Levante David just retired. Offers range, blitzing, can hold up, dropping in coverage. Levante David, obviously more of an off-ball linebacker, but like Todd Bowles blitzed him a lot. Massive uptick in his tackling this year. Instincts can come and go as he gets caught guessing too often, especially in coverage. But good shit, Reed. Good shit, Reed.
It's a good pick. Some people think he's the best linebacker in the draft. Kind of a personal preference thing. Ends up going as the third linebacker here behind Jacob Rodriguez and C.J. Allen.
Yeah, upcoming picks. Colts, Falcons, Vikings, Lions. Panthers, Packers, Seahawks from Pittsburgh, Eagles. You know, the other thing with Will Ortner making that trade with Pittsburgh, they had 4 total picks in this draft. And so Will just like got some more draft assets.
It's a good move.
Eagles at 54, Chargers at 55, Jags at 56, Bears at 57, Niners at 58.
Another pick is in.
Jake Golday, linebacker out of Cincinnati to Billy BB's Colts.
Baby.
47th pick. Over 6'4", 239. 105 tackles last year for the Bearcats. 6 TFLs, 3.5 sacks, 3 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble. Excellent athlete. Plays while moving downhill. He can take on blockers. Processing speed. Much better in 2025. Still a little bit thin. His instincts in zone coverage aren't where they need to be yet. But again, this is an upside projection. A little bit of a stunner here. Trace Moustakas is not having a good draft. Chris Brazzell, round 2, 48. 62 catches, more than 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Okay, here's the thing with Brazzell. This Art Briles offense leads to a lot of free releases for these wideouts from Tennessee, and that's why a lot of them haven't had good NFL careers like a Jalen Hyatt. With Brazzell, I do think that he is equipped to handle press man a little bit better, and his speed-size combo is excellent. Long strider, massive size and great speed at the position. Their route tree is also limited, but he did show some ability there. Not as good as you might expect in contested catches with his size, which is a little bit of a concern. A.J. Halsey, the safety out of LSU, to the Vikings there at 49. So many guys from Texas getting drafted here, and I mean from the state, not the school, obviously. And that's why it's a football powerhouse for a state and a hotbed. 88 tackles, 7 pass breakups, 3 picks, 1 forced fumble, tons of ball production and ability to play both free safety and strong safety interchangeably. Great feel for routes and uses those instincts to jump them. Not very tall nor long with average agility. The Lions at number 50, Micro Mike, Derek Moore, edge rusher out of Michigan. Nice step forward this year in his production. Improved his tackling every year in college. He's almost 6'4", 255 pounds. Not overly impactful, stopping the run. What I do like about him, he's willing against the run. So if you're willing, that's at least something that you can build off of.
All right, so Philadelphia on the clock in a few picks. We got Panthers at 51, Packers at 52, Seahawks at 53. And we'll take a break for a couple minutes after 52. Then Seahawks up at 53, Eagles up at 54. I mean, some good edge rushers still on the board here. I think that's shaping up well for the Eagles. A couple receivers as well. So still some talented players. Ty Simpson, still only one quarterback taken.
Yeah, I'm glad only Mendoza went in round 1. That's how it should be.
Yeah. But still some interesting players out there. Chris Bell, Jadarian Price, Caleb Banks, who was getting some first-round buzz before that foot injury. Traden Stukes. So still some talent out there. My guy Antonio Williams. Could he be the pick for the Niners? Who knows? We got to go offensive line, though, if we can. But
yeah, depending on how the board falls.
Got it. Can't reach either, desperately. It's just not there.
No.
All right, Carolina on the clock at 51. Pick is in. Then we'll have the Packers at 52, and then a short break. Here it is for Carolina.
I like this.
Yeah.
This was a potential option for me for the Eagles. Jeremy Bernard, wide receiver out of Alabama. 6'1 and a quarter, 206 pounds, 64 grabs, 862 yards last year, 13.5 yards per catch, 7 touchdowns. He's been a very reliable wide receiver who can line up inside and outside. Good athletic profile, not great. But again, I'm not a 40-yard dash is the end-all, be-all. Great hands, improved production every year. He's not going to be a massive threat going deep or in contested catch situations, but I do think he's going to be a very steady wide receiver. And so what? We have a little bit of a break here or after the Packers
After this
pick?
Packers pick, we'll have a quick couple-minute break. We'll remind you guys about that Chat Sports discount, and then it'll be Seattle and the Eagles. And the Niners soon after that as well.
And if you're watching on Eagles now, we've got some juicy stuff to come.
We do.
We've got some juicy moves coming up.
Not too far away.
In the meantime, has anybody gotten some merch? Let's see if we have any real ones out there.
As Packers pick is in, it's Zion Young. Would have liked this for the Eagles at edge.
Ooh, Zion Young, the edge rusher out of Mizzou. 6'5 3/4, 267 pounds, 42 tackles, 16.5 TFLs. He's good against the run. 6.5 sacks, 52 pressures. And working off of that point of all those TFLs, I mean, just a bunch, really does have potential to be a great run stopper with the pass rush juice to be a 3-down player as well. Powerful and showed better instincts in 2025. Why might he be a second-round pick? I mean, in real life, he might be a first-round guy. Needs more pass rush counters. He's a little bit one-dimensional when the power moves fail. And at the NFL level, you can't solely win just with power. All right, we've got a little bit of a break for our company-wide mock drafts. Another reminder, during our live mock draft only, all merch in our store is 20% off. That includes an Eagles Now shirt, a Howie Season shirt. Get it now, chatsports.com/Eagles shop. Howie Season shirts available in black and Kelly green. Show shirts if you want to support the show and channel even further. And then for our 49ers audience, chatsports.com/49ers shop. You can save money and get some great gear. Red shirt available, Dub City. Black shirt available, Dub City. We've got Dub City hoodies too with that same logo, which is incredible. Chatsports.com/49ers shop. 20% off as we're live. F Seattle shirts are available. We're going to launch F the Rams shirts here soon. And then for our Eagles audience, we'll launch some new shirts on that side as well.
Take advantage while you still can, as the Seahawks are back in the clock at 53. So we're going to take a look while they're selecting, because the Eagles are up next at the top available players. And Eagles fans, let us know who you would take here. Obviously, Seattle's going to take somebody, but these are the top guys left on the board.
Cassius Howe, Ty Simpson, Chris Bell, Gabe Yakus, Jadarian Price, Caleb Banks could have been a first rounder if not for the foot issues. Keontae Scott, Kieran Crawford, who I like, kind of overshadowed at times by Keldrick Falk, but good player. Ooh, Traden Stukes. I like his game too. Malachi Fields, Antonio Williams, denied Dennis Sutton, Keith Abney, Dominique Orange, Caleb Tiernan, Max Clare, Cassius Howe. This is a classic Seahawks pick.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great selection for Seattle.
All right, so you know where you're going, or you want me to show anyone specific? Eagles fans, I'll cycle through these bets available while Chase is making his mind up with this pick here at 54. Who would you take? Crawford or Dennis Sutton? Zachariah Branch is still here. I mean, we look at receivers, right? Chris Bell, Malachi Fields, Antonio Williams, Deshaun Stribling, Elijah Surratt, Ted Hurst, Zachariah Branch, Brennan Thompson. Those are the top receivers out there.
Some good-ass wide receivers, man.
Some good edge rushers. And Dennis Sutton's out there. Honestly, kind of a run on edge here. Some decent options.
Okay, so Eagles are on the clock. So we went Ihonachor round 1. What are you thinking here, Chip?
Man.
Are we going wide out?
I think wideout might be too good to pass up.
Show me the wideouts here. Could we go safety? Chris Bell, Malachi Fields, Antonio Williams, Deshaun Stripling, Elijah Surratt, Ted Hurst, Zachariah Branch, Brennan Thompson. Can you show me the safeties? Keontae Scott, Zakee Wheatley, Bud Clark, Jalen Kilgore.
Yeah, I don't like the edges here. Jennings Dunker is still here.
But we went Ihonachor.
We did go Ihonachor, yeah. It's tight end an option. I think receiver might be the play.
Here, let's go Keontae Scott.
Oh, I like it.
Keontae Scott.
Safety, big need.
Because we've got something in store coming up here soon for the Eagles.
Yes, we do. All right. Pick is in. Keontae Scott, baby.
Keontae Scott. He can start right away. I know that he's 25, 6-year senior. But the guy ran 4.28, 4.3 at his pro day. 64 tackles, 7 PBUs, 2 picks, 2 forced fumbles, 2 touchdowns last year for Miami. Wildly productive for a nickel in the backfield, plays well above his weight class. Didn't allow many yards last year, though it was heavily in short area coverage. He's going to miss tackles despite his willingness, but we're going to put him at safety.
There we go.
We're going to put him at safety.
Great to pick, Eagles fans. Keontae Scott. Such a big need at that spot.
Yep. And I just don't love the depth at this class. So I'm going to pounce now Keontae Scott. Who did Eagles fans want? Corey May is playing safety.
Yeah, I'll play safety.
We could have gone edge.
I personally, I didn't love the group that was left there at edge.
I think I want to wait for edge.
Yeah, I mean, Dennis Sutton could have been the pick there, but if Cassius Howell or who else went right before? Zion Young would have fallen. Yeah. They went the 2 picks before us.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
So that trade that I cooked up for the Eagles, do we have that to pop up?
I was going to wait till the pick was up.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right, we can do that. We can do that.
I was going to wait till we got to that. It's coming up soon. Very, very soon. Unless we can flash it now if you want.
Here's my thought process. All right. So I'm making a trade.
We doing it? Let's do it.
Yep. We're going to show Eagles fans the trade that I have made. A.J. Brown wants out. He's told the Eagles behind the scenes that he wants out. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So I'm trading A.J. Brown to the Eagles for Davante Adams and a 2026 second-round pick at 61 overall. At 61, we've got an opportunity here to go edge rusher. We've got an opportunity to go wide receiver, a developmental player at that position. What I'm thinking at 61 is deny Dennis Sutton. I'm thinking deny Dennis Sutton at 61. I made another trade, and we have a few more third-round picks to get to.
Yeah,
for the
show that one as well right now?
Yeah, show the Eagles picks. Okay, so don't show this yet.
Okay.
So, look, Davante Adams led the NFL in touchdowns last year, and he's going to help replace the production that the Eagles lose with AJ, and he's still an excellent player, very well respected in every locker room that he's been in. I know the Rams get a little bit better, but there's the degenerative knee issue, potentially. And we get Davante Adams, who I think can be very productive in 2026. Key thing, this is the final year of his contract. So I think he helps you this year, but then you can move off of that contract. I know it's a pre-June 1 move, and the Eagles are going to have to eat more than $40 million in dead cap. That's $43 million. But they open up $130+ million in cash for the next 3 years.
Grade the trade.
All right. Grade the trade. Dennis Designs hates it. Dennis Designs just doesn't like me anymore. Anytime I talk about an A.J. Brown trade, even though it's one of the biggest stories in the NFL, I mean, he absolutely hates it. All right, let's do this. Caleb Banks is going to the Jags at number 56. Red flags with the feet. Traden Stukes. I like this for Harrison. This was my option at safety if I didn't go Keontae Scott. Harrison goes Stukes at 57. And we've got a Niners pick coming up here.
Right now, yep. So, best available here.
Jennings Dunker's still available.
I believe he is. Yeah, he's still there.
Jennings Dunker is the obvious pick.
And none of the tackles are all that exciting.
Jennings Dunker is our pick.
Gotta be. Yeah.
We're going to go Jennings Dunker at 58. So Emmanuel McNeil Warren round 1, Jennings Dunker round 2 for the Niners.
And we took that risk not going all-line earlier, but I think it paid off.
It fell in our way. It fell in our direction. So Niners going Jennings Dunker, 58th overall pick here in the second round. He's my plug-and-play guy at left guard from the jump. 6'5", 319 pounds. 80.6 overall PFF grade, 2 sacks, 10 pressures, mauler upside at guard, plays tough and mean, especially in the run game. Strong hands, does a good job of losing slowly in pass pro with his anchor. Stiff lower body, can struggle versus quickness. But I need the Niners to get more physical along the line. They need a mauler along the offensive line. And Jennings Dunker helps do that. He also has tackle experience. So this is a guy who I think is athletic enough to play guard.
Grade the pick. I think this is a great pick here. Fills a big need. We filled safety with a really talented player in Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, and now guard with Jennings Dunker.
Eagles fans hate the A.J. Brown trade. You're acting like Devontae Adams isn't a future Hall of Fame wide receiver. He is. And A.J. Brown, as of right now, is not a Hall of Fame wide receiver.
Rutledge has been picked already. Scuba Pat. Rutledge is gone.
Yeah, Keelan Rutledge went early second round.
Yeah, he went number 38 to Houston. So he's been gone for a minute.
So we've got Atlanta on the clock via Houston, Chicago, Philadelphia, Denver, New England.
And Atlanta is going to go Lee Hunter here, defensive lineman out of Texas Tech.
Okay. Good personality. He was fun to hear from at the NFL Combine.
And so that puts the Bears on the clock. And then Eagles again right after that with that pick we just got in the Devontae Adams trade.
Yep. Deny Dennis Sutton is going to be my guy if he's there. Because we can get a wide receiver in round 3.
Don't say it too loudly. Harrison might hear you now.
I know. That's why I said it a little bit lower.
All right, Bears pick is in. It's an edge. But
Yes!
we're good. Yes. We're good.
Yes! Deny Dennis Sutton is my guy.
Just to show everybody a look. These are the best players available. Or that's who's been picked so far. Excuse me.
That was our top 4.
That was our top 4. This is the top players available. But, yeah, I mean, we're not going, I think, any of these routes here. And then there's an Dennis Sutton right there, one of the top guys available. So the Birds on the clock.
Gabe
This extra pick.
Yakus.
What's crazy, too, did you see what Joey just sent in?
Yeah.
You were typing it out. That's crazy.
Yep.
He passed on his guy.
He passed on his guy.
He passed on his guy. Hey, we'll take him, baby. Pick for the Eagles is in. Deny Dennis Sutton. How we feeling, Eagles fans?
Trade in order updated. Okay, so for the Eagles here, deny Dennis Sutton. Let's talk about the pick. I have been a huge fan of his game at Penn State. And going into 2025, some people thought that he was a top 10 player in this class, following in the footsteps of Abdul Carter and Micah Parsons. I think he has the ability to be the next great edge rusher. He has massive size. 6'5", 5'8", 256 pounds, 42 tackles, 12 TFLs, 8.5 sacks, 50 pressures last year. Has a quality spin move with a bull rush where he does an awesome job, in my opinion, of converting speed to power. He flashes great athletic ability, very straight line off the edge, tends to run into players and lacks counters, but as an edge setter, a guy who has great size, who has that spin move, who can convert speed to power under Vic Fangio, under Clint Hurt, Deni Dennis Sutton is a perfect fit for the Eagles here.
And we got a trade to announce here at number 62. The Broncos moving down, picking up an extra third. 88 and 100 they get for 62. Cullen moving up. Is this the first pick Cullen's making?
No, he went Caleb Banks for the Jags.
Oh yeah, at
Is like
it just happened
a few picks
at
ago.
56.
Yeah.
So Cullen's trading up. Who does he want here, huh? Take away Mendoza. Yeah, our Broncos host, Trace Mustakis, was complaining a bunch over the last couple of days that he didn't have any picks. And now he picks up a couple more here, though. And then he traded. I wonder, did he make that trade, that Kyle Pitts trade, just to get some picks in the draft? I wonder if because he was complaining so much about having no picks. We'll see.
88 and 100. Oh, Moose.
So Moose moved down 26 spots and got the 100th overall pick. Who is our guy Cullen moving up for?
Moving on up.
Going to be an edge rusher. K'Ron Crawford out of Auburn.
SC Birds fan. Adams is on the decline. He just led the NFL in touchdowns last year. Treasure said, I'm eating too much money. We're opening up $130+ million in cash. And I get Devontae Adams on an expiring deal.
Romello Height going to the Patriots.
Romello Height to New England at number 63. We've got another pick for the Eagles coming up here. So Seahawks at 64, Arizona, Tennessee, Las Vegas, and the Eagles. This is that Jets pick from Hassan Reddick.
Thank you, Jets.
So for the Eagles, Maxi Honachor, round 1. Keontae Scott, round 2. Deni Dennis Sutton, round 2. Who are we thinking coming up? We could definitely go wide receiver. We could go tight end. Ooh, Jadarian Price. The value here is phenomenal by Will Ortner.
Yep.
So he's gathered picks as the Seahawks GM. He went Hal in round 2. Price at 64 to help replace Kenneth Walker. Will Ortner. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed.
All right, we're going to take a quick 3-minute break here as we head into the third round. That was our last pick of round number 2. So just to recap what we've done for the Eagles and the Niners so far. Eagles have had 3 picks. And this is the way we've gone.
Yep. Maxi Honachor, Keontae Scott, Deni Dennis Sutton. And I'm looking at where Dane Brugler had Keontae Scott. He had a round 2, round 3 grade on him.
That's where we took him.
Overall, the 53rd ranked player. I got him at
on.
54. He has had some injury issues, but he creates havoc with lightning fast play speed. More disruptive at the line than some linebackers. Above average spatial instincts. knows when to roll the dice, sticks hands and shoulder into blocks to set an edge or leverage run lanes, helps replace Reed Blankenship, makes himself small to avoid blocks without taking himself out of the play, has a knack for timing blitzes and screams through gaps before blockers can react, taps into another gear when closing from the backside, finishes with snap as a tackler, highly respected in the program. His energy could power the building, according to an NFL scout. Played on punt coverage all 4 years in FBS, so special teams ability from the jump. He's light and leanly built. Sometimes can have rigid movements. Working versus the pass. A little bit overaged. But Brugler on him, he offers a unique blend of quick processing, decisive speed that makes him a natural fit as an attacking nickel, although some schemes might view him as too specialized outside of sub packages. Along with on special teams, he can give an NFL defense meaningful snaps in the right situation. He's my safety alongside Andrew Makuba. For the Niners, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, Jennings Dunker were my 2 picks.
If they did this on draft night, I think that would be phenomenal.
Yeah, I think it'd be a really good haul for San Francisco. The 2 biggest needs on the team right now are safety and offensive line, but I didn't reach. In fact, McNeil-Warren fell into our laps. And then Jennings Dunker at 58. Basantis wasn't there. The offensive tackle group, there was a run on tackles in the first and second rounds. It was too early for a guy like Markel Bell. So I like McNeil-Warren and Jennings Dunker.
When will we see the next quarterback go? Still only Fernando Mendoza at 1. We have not had another one since.
Ty Simpson.
When is he going to go?
So, did the Seahawks pick?
They took Price. Sorry.
Okay.
And
I was
wow,
gonna say, did they
speak
pick
of the
again?
devil.
There we go. See, this is smart by Joey. He didn't reach on a quarterback, but there's been so much chatter that the Cardinals could take Ty Simpson. So round 3, 65, Ty Simpson. You get Mike LaFleur quarterback here. Solid processing, moves around the pocket well. He's really willing to let it fly. Sound mechanics, accurate when kept clean. Banking on his impressive play in the first 9 games of the season before battling injuries and then struggling toward the end of last year.
Second quarterback off the board. Shout out JOD. Making some good picks.
JOD is making some good picks.
All right, Titans pick is in at 66. And I think this is great value for the Titans going Malachi Fields here in the 3rd round. I like Fields.
Malachi Fields in the 3rd is good. I thought in the 2nd round he'd be a little bit too much of a reach, but you get Cam Ward, a good playmaker with good size, and you get him in round 3, that's good value. All right, Eagles are coming up.
Raiders and Eagles.
Raiders on the clock, Eagles after that. All right, so we've gone Ihonachor, Keontae Scott, and Deny Dennis Sutton. Show me tight ends.
A lot of guys still there, I'm pretty sure. Claire, Oscar Dell, Justin Jolly, Sam Roush.
And let's announce to the people the trade that we made.
You want to announce that one now?
Yep. So we've got more stuff cooking for the Eagles here. The Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles have agreed to a trade. This is our mock draft, people. If you're watching this show live and you think this is actually happening and
It's
you're
not
panicking,
real.
it's our Chat Sports live mock draft. Here's my thought process behind this. Bears pass rush was not good last year outside of Montez Sweat. The Eagles already paid Jordan Davis. This allows the Eagles to pay Jalen Carter. Moro Ojomo, as I predicted, was better in 2025 than Milton Williams was in 2024. I can't retain Moro Ojomo because he's going to get $26 million per year. So what I'm doing is I'm trading Moro Ojomo for the 89th pick. Moro Ojomo was a 7th rounder. We're getting a 3rd rounder for him, and this will allow us here to pay Jalen Carter. And this is also why the Eagles drafted Ty Robinson pretty early last year. And so you still have Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Ty Robinson. It does shift our thinking a little bit for what we want to do at defensive tackle. And so let's look at defensive tackles here, Chip, because the Raiders have taken Zachariah Branch with the 67th pick. Top interior defensive lineman here. I don't love the value. I think the Eagles need to address tight end if we want to go there. I personally like Sam Roush the most.
Yeah. I would like it.
I'm going Sam Roush here for the Eagles. The tight end out of Stanford. Some might look at it as a reach. I look at Sam Roush as a guy who has incredible upside to replace Dallas Goedert in the future. Dennis Designs, this is some goofy stuff. Dennis, you have to understand. Would you rather lose Moro Ojomo after next year for nothing and get nothing back for him? Or would you rather get a 3rd round pick for a guy who you drafted in the 7th, who you can't pay anyway, and you get a 3rd round selection? And it allows you to pay Jalen Carter. I think it makes a ton of sense. But Dennis Designs, he doesn't like me anymore, so it is what it is. All right, Sam Roush, 6'6", 267 pounds. 49 catches last year, 545 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Ton of inline work that translates to the NFL level. He is a tough player who is asked and willing to do a lot as a blocker. He has tantalizing size and athletic ability. It didn't necessarily translate to a lot of production. He still had more than 500 yards. And Chip, can we look at some of his testing numbers?
Yep.
Because at nearly 6'7" and around 270 pounds, Sam Roush ran a 4.7 40-yard dash. His vertical was 38.5 inches. His broad jump, more than 10 feet. He had 25 reps at 225 on the bench. This guy is an athletic freak, and that is our Dallas Goedert replacement. Grade the pick. A, B, C, D, or F. Family fourfold, he'd fit our running attack and catch as well, too. That's what I'm saying.
People are liking this one here.
That's what I'm saying. I think we've crushed this draft.
4 good picks so far. And still one more pick to come. Niners are out of picks.
Yep. Niners don't have a 3rd.
But still 2 more picks coming up for the Eagles. Round 3, number 89, and then number 98.
And in hindsight, maybe I messed this up because the Niners have so many 4th-round picks. They have like 3 in the span of like 6 selections or something like that. I could have traded maybe 2 fourths for a 3rd.
Takes 2 to tango.
But they traded that 3rd for Osa Digizua. You're not getting a better player than Osa Digizua in this 3rd, I don't believe.
Super chat coming in on Eagles. Only had 2 super chats today.
I mean, people are saying that this is a reach for Roush. Dallas Goedert out of South Dakota State was a 2nd rounder. Kevin Rogers, Thank you for the $10 super chat.
Elijah Surratt goes number 69 to the Texans. Chugs is a big Surratt guy. Big time. So
he's
he's
been a
definitely
big
pumped to
Surratt
get him.
guy.
And then Keith Abney.
Keith Abney, cornerback out of Arizona State to the Browns. Eagles fans, let me know, should I have gone Traden Stukes over Keontae Scott?
Is he available? I don't know if he
Stukes was available. I'm almost certain, right? He was, right?
He was.
Yeah.
But I've heard some chatter Stukes could profile more as a corner, as a slot corner. And these guys are flexible, but these guys are flexible, but still. All right, so we had that pick come in, and now Sperry. This is also a very Sperry pick. Big Orange, Big Citrus, they call him.
Big Citrus. Dominique Orange. You're so right. It's another Sperry pick.
Yep.
You know, reaches in some people's eyes are creative picks by Sperry, where like Sperry has his guys. He's got his guys. And there are like NFL draft gurus who love some of these players that Sperry has coveted here. So it's a little bit nerdy, but if you know Sperry, he knows ball and he's very nerdy with his ball knowledge. Don't forget, we'll be live for the 2026 NFL Draft right here on the channel. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join us. Our coverage is going to be better than any coverage you'll see here on YouTube.
Guaranteed. All right, Bengals pick is in at 72. And it's our first guy that we don't have oh, never mind. Just wasn't loaded.
Ooh, this guy's getting some traction pre-draft. Who's making the picks for Cincy?
Is it BB? Or is it Downey? I don't actually know.
I'll ask Sam. Lewis Riddick loves Kyle Lewis. Now, Lewis Riddick is a little bit biased. He went to Pitt, but Kyle Lewis does some good stuff.
Oh, this is hilarious.
What do we got?
Take one guess who you think Trace took.
Running back.
Do you know what running back he probably took?
He reached this high on a fucking back? Who is it? Oh,
it's
my
no surprise. It's
God,
no surprise. Saints Nation does not claim that Homer pick from AP. This is no surprise. Our Saints guy.
This is incredible. Of course Trace picked a back. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I love Trizzy, but like he got flamed on Twitter a couple months ago because he did some mock or some trade thing where he like acquired all these running backs, and it's like, dude, the Saints just signed ETN. You don't need a back. You still got Kamara on the roster.
How to get his Arkansas guy. Yeah, Andrew Nathan, this is why you pick with your head and not your heart. This is a pick with your heart pick. No doubt about it.
Marshall sent me an Alex Jones meme. Oh, it's so
man.
good. It's so good. So good.
All right, Chiefs pick is in at number 74. Again, Eagles are up next at 89, so still a little bit to go. And the slide is no more for my guy. I like this pick for the Chiefs. Shout out to Durham picking up Antonio Williams.
Antonio Williams. That was a big slide for your boy.
Big slide for him,
But
man.
oh, man. You talk about the fit there. Antonio Williams at Kansas City for Patrick Mahomes.
The amount of screen passes they're going to throw him.
Oh, my gosh. Out of the slot, it's going to be his best friend.
Saints running the wishbone next year. Man, I like this pick a lot. I think Antonio Williams is going to be a really good player. He's never going to be a number one, but I think he could be a really good starting caliber receiver. And, of course, this is where Rolly goes. He's been making these kind of picks all day. This would have been in consideration for the Eagles.
Look at Proddy. Oh, man, it's so good.
All right, Miami on the clock at 75. They go a guy we've talked about a good amount. Ted Hurst going to the Dolphins. So how about Rolly?
Damn it. This is my guy for the Eagles. This was my guy for the Eagles. I was hoping that he'd fall to the Eagles, but Ted Hurst goes to Miami at number 75.
Now that we're into, technically day 2 of the draft, who's your favorite day 2 prospect? Where are the real draft heads out there? Favorite day 2 prospect?
Oh, it's so good.
Nick Singleton is still on the board, Card Guy. Shout out Card Guy. You were in the Sixers stream last night.
Oh, nice.
Big shout out to Card Guy.
Card Guy. Thanks for supporting Chip. Chip was killing it. I was tapped in. Sent in a super chat once the Sixers close that dub out.
Saints man was a company channel. Josiah Trotter, pair him up with his brother. They don't need another linebacker, but they'd lose Dean. Ted Hurst just went. Andrew
Ted Hurst just went.
Oh, he's saying favorite day 2.
Oh,
I forgot I asked favorite day 2 prospect. That's on me. I just asked that question.
Duh, producer. Questions on the screen.
I just put the question up. I'm like, he's already gone. No, yeah, Ted Hurst for sure. Josiah Trotter, I see what you're saying. Sean Kaiser. Not sure buying your own shirt counts. Seahawks pick is in at number 76. Ortner going Davison Igbunoson. That's how you say that. Something like that.
Okay. Another classic John Schneider value pick for Will Ortner. Igbenasson. He's really good. Let's take a look at his scouting report. I'm actually intrigued by him.
Go to Seattle.
Impressive size, speed, combo, tons of starting experience. So, what the Seahawks have done here for Ortner, Jadarian Price to replace Kenneth Walker, Davison Igbenasson to replace Reek Woolen. Impressive size, speed combo, with tons of starting experience, fits best in press man coverage scheme. That's what the Seahawks like to do. Aggressive and handsy, fits what the Seahawks like, but sometimes too much so. Dennis Designs, $20 super chat. I actually emailed Dennis and I said, subject line, love you, brother. Body, haha, love you, boss. I still like you, Chase. Hate Diana for putting this ish in your mind. I bet you can't go one day without BS speculations, though, and lies. Please prove everybody that AJ demanded a trade, because you're the only one I've heard say it. Dennis, what will you give me if AJ Brown is traded? I want to know. What will you give me if AJ Brown is traded? Will you get on your knees and apologize and send a video so that I can play it on Eagles Now? Because I'll do the same for you if he suits up for the Eagles in 2026. I'll say, Dennis, you are my daddy, and I apologize. That's what I'll do if AJ is in an Eagles uniform in week 1.
Getting on the knees is crazy.
That's what I'll do for you, Dennis. Card guy said, great win for the Sixers. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Seeing some Go Flyers in the chat as well. Shout out to Flyers.
Yeah, shout out the Fly guys. It's great to have them relevant. Now the Phillies have to pick up the slack. But I do have a saying, I can't panic about a baseball team in April. But why the Phillies might be different is because it's a reoccurring theme with the team that goes back a couple of years. Not consistent enough at the plate.
All right, couple picks coming in. Recap these last few. Max Clare going to the Bucks here. I like this one for Reed. So, not a good first-round pick for Reed, but last couple I think have been good.
He
I like
saw
Clare.
us reach for Sam Roush, and he said, I'm going to reach for Max Clare. Chandler Rivers, cornerback, added Duke to the Colts.
Another tight end. Oscar Delp. So Moose traded away Kyle Pitts for that second-round pick. He used that pick to take Lee Hunter, the defensive lineman out of Texas Tech. And now he replaces Kyle Pitts here with Oscar Delp. I think I'd rather have Kyle Pitts.
Okay, Dennis wants a Howie season shirt if AJ Brown's an Eagle in week 1. I'll send you a Howie season shirt week 1, or if AJ's on the roster week 1. Because, Dennis, I'm sending you an Eagles Now shirt, I think is what you wanted from free agency. And we'll get that sent out to you. I'll send you a Howie season shirt. I already have a Howie season shirt, so I don't need a Howie season shirt. How about it's just a one-sided bet? If AJ is on the Eagles in 2026, week 1, I will send you a Howie season shirt. That's fair. All right, so Oscar Delp. Oh, we've had a run on tight ends here.
Yeah,
Oscar Delp to the Falcons at 79. Jake Slaughter, that's your Tyler Linderbaum replacement. Love that. Love that.
Papa J, what's good? What is good? Oh, and I saw, who was it earlier that was talking about Josiah Trotter? Sean Kaiser. Unfortunately, he's now off the board.
Oh, he goes to the Jags at 81. I like it for Cullen, also known as the Tank here at Chat Sports.
The real Tank. Loop Dior. What about me? What's going on? What's going on? Vikings at 82. They go Sam Hecht.
Okay, Sam Hecht, another center to Minnesota there at 82 overall.
Picks are flying in. Panthers already making their selection at 83 here. Malik Muhammad, corner out of Texas. Going to Carolina.
Okay. Panthers need a safety.
Kane says, man, I hate the Florida Gators. I almost went there.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was my second choice when I was visiting colleges.
What were your? Did you have a top 5? Clemson 1.
Yeah, Clemson
Florida
was 1.
2.
Florida was 2. Georgia was 3.
Ooh.
I might have gone there. Honestly, when I toured, it was like pouring rain.
Okay.
And so we didn't even really get to walk around anywhere. We're on a bus.
Okay.
And the surrounding area of Athens is not the greatest. Clemson was far and away 1, but yeah, they were 2. I didn't like South Carolina when I visited, so if you're
Okay.
a Gamecock fan, I'm sorry, but I hate you.
Papa J, what's up?
Where else did I look at? I looked at Penn State, but I knew I wasn't going to go to Penn State because I wanted to go out of state.
Yeah.
Too many of my people I knew at high school went there.
Okay. Yeah, same with me. In state, obviously, for both of us.
And then I think that's all. Oh, I looked at Miami as well, but it was just it's too bougie. It was too bougie. It didn't feel like a college. It almost felt like I was and some people like that. That's fine, but it almost felt like I was at a resort at all
Yeah.
times. And it's And let me tell you, Miami was expensive.
Yeah.
Woo.
So you were pretty set on going out of state.
Yeah, I wanted to go out of state, go somewhere south. Go
Were
to
your
like a
grades pretty good?
big program. Yeah. I was a smart kid back in the day. Smart
Summa
kid
cum
back in the day.
laude?
Yeah, but I
Honor roll
didn't.
student? Because, like, to go to these schools out of state, you got to have some pretty good grades.
Yeah. The only place I didn't get into that I tried to get into was Texas, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's a hard school to get into.
Very hard.
Well, I don't think I would have wanted to go there anyways, for
Yeah.
various reasons. But yeah. All right, a couple more picks coming in. Packers at 84 go Dalen Everett, Georgia corner. And then Sperry on the clock at 85 with the Steelers going Bud Clark, TCU safety. So Eagles up here soon. It's one of the reasons I couldn't do it.
Bud Clark to Pittsburgh, another Sperry pick. Had a great Senior Bowl. Insane ball skills. I think he had didn't he have 6 pick sixes in his college career? I think
Yeah.
Harrison was saying something like that.
Let's see. Might be in our scouting.
Yeah,
report
look
for
at that
him.
scouting report because he's a big time playmaker. 15 picks the last 4 years
Wow.
at TCU. So you talk about phenomenal instincts there. Helps and makes plays on the ball. Boomer bust, allowing big plays in coverage because he's a gambler. He's a gambler.
Chargers go Jalen Farmer, guard out of Kentucky. And so we got Washington on the clock right now at 87, then Denver at 88, and then the Eagles back up at 89
Yeah.
with that pick that we got for Moro Jomo.
See, and that's our last pick in the third, right?
We'll have one more
One more.
at 98, the second to last pick in the third round.
Okay, let's take a look at the defensive tackles here. Defensive tackles for the Eagles.
Spam calls. Here they are.
Chris McClellan. Chris McClellan's interesting. I'm wondering if we go Chris McClellan here.
Commanders go Logan Jones, center out of Iowa.
So
Pretty good
Chris
bet there.
McClellan is 6'3", 313 pounds. Played in 51 games with 22 starts in his career. He's coming off a year where he had 8 TFLs, 6 sacks, and 2 passes defended. He ran a 5.05 40-yard dash at the combine. Looks the part with natural thickness, long arms, large hands. Good mover for his size. Can make plays in the backfield, outside of the hashes as well. Gets into pads of blockers quickly, uses every inch of his full extension, pause. Able to create pocket push with leverage power, effective arm over techniques, and violent hand swipes. Block recognition in the run game has improved each year. Very durable. Plays high, marginal burst off the ball. Allows blockers to push him wide once he narrows. Not a consistent disruptor, but he checks boxes with his physical characteristics and developing recognition skills. Projects as a rotational lineman on the interior who can give teams quality snaps as a 0 or 1 technique.
These are our best overall players still available. Some decent names out there still. As the Broncos pick is in, they go Jonah Coleman, Washington running back. So that officially puts the Birds on the clock.
Oh, man.
Here at 89.
Who should we go with the Eagles here?
Man, so we've gone.
I'm wondering if it's Chris McClellan, but I don't want to reach.
We've gone offensive tackle, safety, edge, tight end. So Yeah, interior defensive line to replace Ajomo. Receiver's still an option, but there's still a few good receivers left.
I'm thinking that's a little bit later, though.
Yeah. So, like, we already went tackle. Not going to do that again.
Okay, I'm going Chris McClellan.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. As we go Garrett Nussmeier. And again, this is the pick we got for Moro Ajomo. This is not a pick that...
Yep. So let's pop up that trade again. Because I'm thinking Jacoby Lane at a USC if he's still on the board there for the Eagles at the end of the third.
Here is that pick. Chris McClellan. The Birds.
Almost 6'4", 313 pounds, and so we traded away Moro Ajomo. We get Chris McClellan. Size, length to fit into several spots on the defensive line. He can find rotational reps early in his career. That's what the Eagles need. I will say this. Moro Ajomo is more of a pass rushing defensive tackle, and that's great. I do think the Eagles need to get a little bit better stopping the run along the interior, and I think that's where McClellan can really help the Eagles. Big uptick in pass production in 2025, but middling overall in that department, but I think he's trending upward.
All right, so we'll have one more pick, number 89, the second or the third to last pick in the third round for the Eagles. So grade that pick.
So I'm looking at Brugler's list of defensive tackles. He had Chris McClellan after Tyler Onyedim, and I think he's still available out of Texas A&M. But again, this wasn't the best defensive tackle class. I mean, if we were doing a full 7-rounder, Caleb Proctor is a guy who I'd have my eyes on in the 5th. I also really like Zane Durant, and I think Zane Durant can be a really good player, but he's more of a late rounder. But I'm trying to fulfill all my needs in 3 rounds here. And so Chris McClellan is a player who I have a 3rd round grade on, 4th round grade on. DeMonte Capehart is another guy who probably goes a little bit later out of Clemson. Shout out. What I really want here is Jacoby Lane.
Caleb Tiernan, tackle out of Northwestern, going here to the Dolphins. I think a pretty good value pick here from Miami. Mid-round tackle. And then, somebody that you had just mentioned off the board.
Okay. Tyler Onyedim to Buffalo. Let's see.
Couple picks still flying in here now. Cowboys at 92. The pick they got from the trade with San Francisco. They go Zakee Wheatley, the safety out of Penn State.
Okay.
And then the Rams at 94 go Dejon Stribling at 93.
I like him a lot. That could have been another option for the Eagles. He can really scoot, big play threat, good size, 4.3 speed. So I have my eyes on Jacoby Lane here. Tall, long athlete, room to get stronger. Catching range is great. 9 of 18 career touchdowns came in the red zone. Enormous hands. Quickly adjusts to the ball. Glides as an athlete. Ran a 4.47 40 in the pre-draft. Has some blocking chops. Well liked in the locker room. He's a little bit slender. At times has underwhelming play strength. Physical corners could reroute him. But he's a light linear athlete with an outstanding catch radius. Needs to get a little bit stronger. The separation is just okay. Doesn't have a special teams role. But I really want to go wide receiver. Who do we have on the wide receiver board here?
We got these names here.
Okay. Brennan Thompson out of Mississippi State.
He can fly. I think he might have ran
4.26 40.
Yeah, he ran crazy fast.
All right. Let's think about Brennan Thompson here. 57 catches, more than 1,000 yards. 6 touchdowns, 5 drops.
Well, don't think about Jacoby Lane anymore because he's been taken by New England.
Okay, that changes things. So Jacoby Lane to New England at 95. So let's focus in on Brennan Thompson here.
We're a couple picks away. Seattle on the clock, then the Giants, then the Eagles.
Good tracking ability, see a speed. Ran the fastest 40 at the combine. Yak monster in the open field because he has a good nose for space and great accelerator. Does have some ankle issues. 4 games in 2023 ankle. 2 games missed 2024 ankle. Stayed healthy this past year. Transferred from Oklahoma to Mississippi State. Put up awesome production.
Seahawks go Jalen Kilgore, so a couple South Carolina safeties now over there.
Okay.
And so we got the Giants on the clock and then the Eagles up next.
Oh, Marshall could go wide receiver here.
What have they done so
He could
far?
go wide receiver here.
They've taken...
Marshall has gone Jeremiah Love, Vega Ioane, Peter Woods.
Yeah, he could. Oh, he could.
He's in the studio behind me. Let's listen in.
Draft intel. Pick is in.
I think he's going Skylar Bell. Or no, he said hoping for Skylar Bell at 105, so he's not going wide out.
Not going wide out. He's going defensive line again.
Yes! Yes!
All right, that puts the Eagles on the clock here. At number 98, Eagles fans, who would you go with here? This is a compensatory pick. Top overall, best players available. I'm putting up on screen right now. Travis Burke, Garrett Nussmeier, Brennan Thompson.
I'm going
Our
Brennan
third best
Thompson,
player.
man.
Got to.
I could have annoyed Marsh, and I could have gone Skylar Bell because he wanted Skylar Bell.
Just because you heard him.
I think at 108. But we're going Brennan Thompson.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Pick is in. Brennan Thompson.
Brennan Thompson. You want to talk about a vertical threat and a guy who can absolutely fly? That is Brennan Thompson. Now, he is on the shorter side, but he is electric. 5'9", 164. Mostly used as an undersized vertical threat, but he was really good at it. Does a nice job of avoiding jams and press for his size. Needs to add another element to his game to make it fully in the NFL. But this is a jetpack, lightning fast player for the Eagles here. Look at the testing numbers. 4.26 40. And it's another weapon for this Eagles offense and Sean Mannion.
All right, so that'll do it for all of our picks for both the Eagles and Niners. We're just going 3 rounds.
Is that it, though?
We have two more picks. Steelers at 99, and then
need
Broncos
Sperry
at 100.
to go Drew Aller here.
Come on, Sperry.
I need
Do the thing.
Sperry to go Aller here. It would be the most Sperry thing ever in the most Sperry draft that we have seen, which I respect and absolutely love.
The pick is in. No.
Markel Bell. That's a good pick. He has tremendous upside. I mean, the guy is just a mammoth.
All right, so let's recap all the picks we made for each team.
Yep.
So 6
Now,
picks.
For the Niners, if we went into round 4, Marshall asked, he's like, should we do round 4? I would have loved it because then the Niners, they have, I think, 3 fourth-round selections. So for the Eagles, Maxie Honachor, Keontae Scott, Denai Dennis Sutton, Sam Roush, Chris McClellan, Brennan Thompson. For the Niners, they're light on draft capital. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, Jennings Dunker.
Okay.
So that's it for Eagles and Niners selections.
And our Mr. Irrelevant here today, since we're stopping here at pick 100, is going to be
Bryce Betcher.
Bryce Betcher.
Nice. I think he's going to be a good player.
So our 3-round mock has come to a close.
All right, 3-round mock in the books. That was really fun, man. We're going to make this an annual tradition here at Chat Sports. I had an absolute blast. I think we can do a better job of marketing it and letting people know that we're doing this instead of just not telling anybody until today that we're doing this. A lot of you probably saw the push notification and you were like, oh, the channel's live. Let's go. But that was awesome. That was really fun. That was good stuff. Shout out to Sam, Brett, our behind-the-scenes team, getting all the data together, scouting reports, graphics, good trades today. Clearly, our company knows ball. You kidding me? Shout out to Chip for producing the show. And shout out to all of you for being here. 20% off on merch will extend to 6 p.m. Eastern, by the way. So you have another 25 minutes there. 25 minutes there.
A little special for the people.
Yeah, what I'm going to do, me and Chip, we're going to make our selections into a video here. And those videos will be up on Eagles Now, up on the 49ers Report. So be sure to check those out. And with that, we're signing off. Thanks to everybody for being here. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be live for the NFL Draft next week. It's a week away. Round 1, Thursday night. Rounds 2 and 3 on Friday night. Rounds 4 through 7 early on Saturday. It's going to be a marathon. We're going to crush it, and we'll catch you then. See ya.